So those looking to buy a home this spring are facing the perfect storm of a low inventory and high prices. This is especially the case for first-time buyers. And here with us today is real estate expert Cheryl Young, who has some suggestions on how to navigate today's market and to find the perfect home and neighborhood that you'll love. So we welcome in Cheryl now. So what are some of the recent real estate trends that you've been seeing here, Cheryl?
Yeah, thanks for having me. We are seeing basically that there aren't that many homes out there, and the homes that you're going to find if you're a home buyer are going to be much more expensive than they have been in recent years. And if you're a starter home buyer or looking for your first home, it might even be smaller than you're used to seeing and older. So it's very tough out there right now.
Yeah, it sounds tough for the first-time home buyers, but do more Americans believe this spring will be worse than last year for buying or selling a home?
Yeah, at Trulia, we actually asked Americans how they felt about the home buying season this year. Home buyers, of course, due to those rising prices and low inventory, they're seeing it as tougher than last year. But it's definitely a seller's market. Sellers are very bullish about selling, and it's probably because they really want to take advantage of those rising home prices and really capitalize on that.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of that is going to have to be, if you're looking at maybe a fixer-upper, if you will, so sometimes you have to take that into consideration, I'm sure. So if a buyer needs to decide between the home or the neighborhood in order to get a home, I mean, what should they do? What would you suggest?
Yeah, that's a great question. And here at Trulia, we really understand that a lot of people value the neighborhood as much as the home, sometimes if not more. And that really comes down to personal preferences. So, I think if you can think about prioritizing what's important to you, either as a home feature or a neighborhood amenity, and what you're willing to trade off, that's a good start. And with the tight housing market these days, you're probably going to have to give up something. So if you can't live without your garage, or you can't live without being near cafes, that's something that you need to express to your real estate agent or whoever is helping you navigate that housing market. And we actually asked millennials to see how keyed in they were to the housing market and how realistic they were being about making compromises. And over 80% of millennials, more than any other generation right now, said they were willing to give something up in terms of a home feature or a neighborhood amenity.
Yeah, so I mean, it sounds like there's definitely some room for, if you're a buyer anyway, to say, hey, I'm willing to sacrifice this in order to get the home that I want, or maybe in the neighborhood that I want. So what are some of the bigger obstacles keeping people from buying a home this spring?
Yeah, let me just focus on millennials again. They're the largest segment of home buyers out there right now. And when we asked them what their obstacles were, top of mind was really about those rising home prices. So they're well aware of what's going on and feeling that that first home is really starting to get out of reach. And then another set of obstacles they're seeing are around personal finances. So saving for that down payment, always a difficult hurdle to get over, as well as grappling with low credit scores, a bad credit history, and qualifying for that first mortgage. So getting your financing in order, that's definitely an obstacle. And finally, it's really about finding a home. So because there's so few homes out there and so much competition, it seems like, your search for the home that you want keeps going on and on.
Yeah, and it seems that we're hearing a lot of stories of people that, sometimes they're able to get below what they're asking for, what the asking price is, but it doesn't seem like that's happening right now, and kind of what you're talking about. So what are some silver linings then to look ahead to?
Yeah, so it does seem a little bleak out there. There is some good news in the market. So sort of in the demand side, what we've been seeing is the reason prices are going up is really because the economy is actually really strong right now. Consumer fundamentals, economic fundamentals in terms of low unemployment, high job growth, those are good things for the market, and that's what's really driving up home prices. So, when we think back to about 10 years ago in 2007, people were seeing, the economy essentially collapse and the bubble burst. But what we're seeing now is actually strong economic fundamentals that are driving up prices. And so that's always good when the economy is very strong. And on the supply side, so in terms of inventory, some of the positive numbers that came out in 2017, we saw some great numbers around building permits and home construction. It was the highest number we've seen since 2007. So we're hoping that home construction starts up soon and adds more inventory into the market, so people have more homes to look for.
I got you. So there is some stuff coming up that if you're looking for a home where you can hold off a little bit, there is some hope there. So I do want to ask you a couple more questions. One, do you have any more tips for people looking for a home? If it kind of seems like we're focusing on the home buyer aspect. So anything else you can tell us to maybe jumpstart your search?
Yeah, I mean, we always say you can't prepare too early. So because a lot of those obstacles are around financing, we recommend if you haven't started saving, you better start saving now for that down payment. If that takes a long time to build up. And in terms of raising your credit history, if you need to increase your credit history or your credit score, start working on that now. And that will help you speed up the process for pre-qualifying or pre-approval for a mortgage. And so once you find that home and you're ready to go, you'll have all your ducks in a row. So being prepared is always what we recommend. And in terms of searching, you can go on Trulia.com, see what's out there. Also engage your local real estate agent who can really help you navigate the space.
Perfect. I was just going to ask, where do we go for more information? You got it. You nailed it on the head. Cheryl, you are the best. Thanks for stopping by, and we will have more of the real estate news coming up.